Okay, so we're back, and we have some stuff with us here. Some comic-y, some other. I didn't bring all of the recent acquisitions in terms of action figures and stuff like that.
Understandable.
I just thought we'll flip them images up on screen and just recount and go through there. Even if we have to screen grab them off Instagram or something when we did the periodic posts. But there've been a lot of Marvel Legends, just like a lot that I found. I found a really cool guy named John. Shout out to him if he's watching the show or not. Yeah, he's got a couple of these Marvel Legends, some that he's wanting to hold on to and some that, I just haven't been able to find. Not true. I have found them overseas, but
they're cray.
sometimes speculator price attached and or shipping and import. Some of them would have been just silly prices. Him and I just came to an agreement on a price on some things, and he said, look, I know I'm probably overcharging on one or two, but I'm undercharging on others, and we settled. So yeah, I'm going to be able to get quite a lot of the ones that I have been looking for.
Nice.
Which is good. Got a bunch already from him. Yeah, so it's just a nice.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, dude, because it's like so annoying. Because I think we've talked about this on the show, but like I want to just stick to only getting my favorite pops or my favorite characters, and somehow by some chance Constantine is like one of these exclusive like event pops, and Deadman is an exclusive like Comic-Con pop, and I'm like, why? These are such underground characters. Why are they exclusives? The Death that you got me is an exclusive.
I know.
Sorry, Death over there. The Zatanna is like a limited edition. Like I'm like,
dude, in my damn Pick and Pay, they have got the Michael Keaton Batman 89 in a pop, and I'm just like, if I was ever going to get a Batman,
nice,
let me get the Michael Keaton one. So every time I go there, I check, and it's still sitting there. I know I'm just going to cave one day, and I'm going to be like buying my groceries.
Batman.
And I'm just going to throw in the Michael Keaton Batman, and that's it, done. Batman 89, done. I'm good with it. It's one of those anniversary, when they did the whole anniversary run. It is that one of those. So I'm just like...
You have heard that in the Flash movie,
yes,
Keaton
I have.
is gonna...
Keaton's there, and apparently I've even heard whispers of Flashpoint one getting... What's his face to play...
Yeah, I always forget his name, but it's the supernatural dude's dad,
Yeah, to play Thingy Wayne. Thomas Wayne as the Batman, yeah. I don't know if it's true or not. We'll have to see, but... So, yeah, man, it's tough. Him and I would just... Yeah, it was nice to chat to an enthusiast. He'd kick my ass in Marvel Legends knowledge. We were just shooting the breeze, and he knows... names of certain series, runs. He knows his Marvel Legends stuff. Hardcore fan. He's not migrating like overseas, immigrating, but he's evolving, shall we say. So he's moving away from action figures. He's keeping one or two sentimentals, and he's now strong interest in like movie prop memorabilia. So looking for certain swords from Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, replica type stuff, etc., etc.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very not an unusual one. I've known a few guys over the years that's their thing to collect.
Especially horror memorabilia is like quite a big thing, yeah.
Definitely. And in the Star Wars thing, it's get the helmets of Mandalorians or the lightsaber helms or whatever it is. And if it's the actual prop, that's signed by the actor that used it, or all of those kinds of degrees they go to. So I was like, cool for you, man. Apparently my... purchasing of his Legends is going towards that fund to get the sword. So I was like, all good. Just on a side note, and he's got an interest in certain trading cards, sets that I've finished long ago and stuff. And I was just talking, and he was mentioning these sets. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure I can get those for you. And dude, just looking at some of the I think it's just it's my bitch gripe about the industry in general. It's ballooned to a point where it's actually ridiculous now. Like trading cards that should cost someone $2 to maybe $5, maybe $10. So in like American term, it's like $1 for a card or whatever. And people here are wanting to charge $5 or $10 for some of these cards, and I go, it's not worth that. It's not rare. Or a completed set that should be couple $100 Worst case, call it 10 Rand a card, and there's 90 of them in the set. In my mind, $900, round it up to 1,000. And I'm seeing guys wanting to charge $1.5 to $2,000. And I go, it's just not worth it. And it shouldn't be 10 Rand a card. It should be 5-6 Rand a card. So you should be paying 500 to 600 Rand for a completed base set. And people are charging triple, 4 times that.
It's so interesting you say that because, and I actually think you haven't seen this, because if you had, I think you would have had a go at the person. It's one of the Facebook groups. Okay, you got an action figure, help me here. Like, what is
Deadpool from Marvel?
Oh, did you see?
Diamond Select, Deadpool.
Yeah, I was like...
And she's putting it there for like 6-7 times what it's actually worth, what people can get it for. And every now and again, people comment and say, is this still up? Have you not changed this? Have you not revised it? And she keeps every now and again posting or commenting to say, no, but can't find it anywhere. You know, like it's no longer available. And then people would post ads from various sites going, yeah, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And this person is sticking to their guns and adamant that this thing is worth $2,500 or whatever the case is, and it's just not.
Yeah, it was like $400 figure or something like that.
Yes,
600 at most, I suppose.
I own one because you gave it to me. You literally said, "Dude, I think someone gave it to you as a gift, or you won it, or something," and you're like, "I have no need for it here." And
yeah, I'm not an action figure guy, so
I've got it, and mine's still mint in box because I just haven't had space to put it up anywhere. So it's comical, and I was chatting to our friend JP, shout out to JP overseas, and he was saying to me, like, he's looking on all these places for keys, rares, and he's saying it's stupid. These things that even comics that he owns, that he says, I can tell you, I own it, and it's not worth what people are trying to sell them for online now.
Yeah, we had a similar conversation recently.
It's madness, man. It's ballooning out of proportion,
and it's almost like it's like, so people can't get hold of certain keys, you know, like all keys that we all want, like we all wanted Detective Comics 27 or whatever. So they'll find like the 423rd appearance of like this character, be like, it's gonna be the next big thing, bro. It's gonna
yes.
It's coming.
Well, my other favorite is facsimile editions.
Yeah,
and guys going, it's a facsimile of it, but I'm going to charge you
a certain amount printed, so it's going to go up in value.
And it's like, it's just not. It just isn't.
Yeah.
That story has been reprinted so many. Look, maybe if we were having this conversation 30 years ago, I'd say to you, maybe there's some merit there, because there was a long time before they reprinted Action Comics 1, Detective 27, etc. But then there was, going into the 2000s, the idea to do it in those milestone editions or whatever, then facsimile editions or true believers or whatever they want to call them, that started to gain preference. And then people were including them in like those Marvel Ultimate graphic novels from Hatchet or Eagle Moss or whatever, and the DC counterparts. All of those first appearances. So if it was the first Zatanna story, believe me, the Hawkman issue was in there. If it was Superman's first story, believe me, at the back of the book is Action Comics #1 reprinted. So it's like, it's not like it's difficult to get hold of those stories anymore, because they've all been reprinted so many times now. So your facsimile edition is just not worth that. Don't even get me started on just the overall cost of a general entry-level comic. It's and again, it's because, the print runs are less, so the main publishers aren't getting the same rate that they were for the comics they were printing, so naturally the cover price has gone up.